Hello, and welcome to Unknown Facts About. Today, we're going on a thrilling adventure into the amazing world of weird and extraordinary weapons used in wars throughout history. Get ready to be amazed by the cleverness, and sometimes craziness, of military planners. We'll explore the fascinating stories behind these unusual weapons in detail. Let's jump right in and start our exploration. Animals as weapons, unleashing the beastly arsenal. Let's start by looking at something strange yet unsettling. Using animals as weapons in wars. Have you heard of war elephants? These massive creatures were used to crush enemy soldiers with their huge feet. But there's more to it. Imagine camels turned into living bombs, packed with explosives and sent running towards enemies. It might sound unbelievable, but these incredible events are not just stories. They're actually part of an astonishing history. Bat bombs, when bats almost became bombs. Now let's leap ahead to World War II, a time of remarkable ingenuity and rather peculiar concepts. Amidst this era emerged one of the oddest schemes, using bats as living bombs. That's correct. The US military actually contemplated fitting bats with incendiary gadgets and setting them free over Japanese cities. Picture bats descending from the heavens, carrying flames. Luckily, this notion never soared into reality, yet the tale itself is a truly batty adventure. Rats as weapons, the rodent espionage. Now, let's shift focus to World War I, a time when rats were dispatched to breach enemy trenches, aiming to spread lethal illnesses. Skipping ahead to World War II, British special units elevated the concept of explosive rodents to unprecedented heights. Rats became clandestine operatives, infiltrating German ammunition depots for sabotage. These seemingly unremarkable creatures, rats, contributed to wartime intrigue and manipulation in a manner that is truly remarkable. Animals with bombs, when innocence meets destruction. But rats weren't the only animals drafted into the world of warfare. Dogs, donkeys, and even other creatures were loaded with explosives and sent on missions to approach enemy targets. The tragic history of these animal soldiers serves as a somber reminder of the lengths to which humanity has gone in the pursuit of victory. The intersection of innocence and destruction is a haunting theme in this chapter of military history. Remote-controlled shark, the aquatic espionage. Now, let's take a deep dive into the Cold War era, where the CIA had an extraordinary plan up their sleeves. A remote-controlled shark for espionage purposes. Yes, it sounds like something out of a James Bond movie, but Project Acoustic Kitty was indeed a serious endeavor in the world of clandestine operations. The notion of a shark working as a covert agent is jaw-dropping and showcases the audacious thinking of the time. The Sartank, the monstrous Russian contraption. As we step into the early 1900s, we come across the mysterious Sartank from Russia. This huge vehicle had big wheels on its sides and a trench in the middle, which made it look very unusual on the battlefield. However, as we will soon learn, this strange vehicle had its own interesting and tricky aspects that make it a really captivating part of military history. Fire arrow cannons, China's pioneering rockets, traveling back in time to the 1300s in China. There, we find something really important in the world of weapons: fire arrow cannons. These special machines shot arrows on fire at enemies, kind of like early versions of rockets. The amazing way these old weapons worked is really captivating and shows how smart they were in inventing military tools back then. Fire balloons, Japan's aerial incendiaries. During World War II, Japan employed a tactic that can only be described as ethereal and eerie: fire balloons, also known as fugo balloons. These silent, floating specters were loaded with explosives and set adrift across the Pacific towards North America. Although their success was limited, their unconventional nature makes them an intriguing part of history, showcasing the innovative strategies employed during wartime. Artificial icebergs, the frozen fortress that never was. And now, a chilling tale from World War II, the story of Project Habakkuk. In a bold attempt to combat Nazi submarines, the Allies conceived a daring plan to construct massive artificial icebergs. These colossal frozen structures were meant to block submarine routes, but the project's ambitions melted away in the face of logistical challenges. The idea of floating fortresses made of ice is both astounding and perplexing, a testament to wartime innovation. Pigeon-guided missiles, feathers of navigation. Let's talk about the 1940s when something very interesting happened with the US Navy. They tried using trained carrier pigeons for a special mission. These pigeons were supposed to help bombs hit their targets perfectly. It might sound strange, but they were using pigeons like little missile guides. This idea shows how creative people in the military can be when they're trying to make things more accurate in warfare. Paper warplanes, espionage in folded form. During the height of the Cold War, the CIA and the US Air Force had a secret weapon of their own, paper airplanes. These small planes were dropped from high up in the sky, and they could record sounds as they floated down. Using paper planes for spying is a mix of intriguing and confusing, giving us a peek into how spies come up with clever ideas. Camouflage aircraft, bird-mimicking warbirds. Turning our attention to World War I, we uncover a curious tactic employed by some aircraft. Eye-like patterns painted on their exteriors. The aim? To make these warplanes resemble birds and so deceive enemy pilots. This early form of camouflage in the skies is a testament to human ingenuity during times of conflict, where artistry and deception converged on the battlefield. The gay bomb, a controversial proposal. And finally, we come to a more recent and somewhat controversial entry in our list, the gay bomb. In 1994, the US Air Force proposed the development of a substance that would increase the sexual attraction between enemy troops, potentially reducing their effectiveness on the battlefield. This bizarre idea, thankfully, remained on paper and was never put into action. It serves as a reminder of the unconventional thinking that sometimes emerges in the world of military strategy, even in more recent times. If you've been as fascinated by these extraordinary weapons as we have, don't forget to give that thumbs up and subscribing to my channel for more captivating facts and intriguing topics. Do you have suggestions for future videos or perhaps want to go even deeper into any of the strange weapons we've explored today? Your feedback is invaluable, so please let us know in the comments below. Thanks for being part of this journey into unconventional warfare history. Stay curious and see you next time.